Hey, hello. How's everybody doing? On a journey to see a friend I haven't seen for a long time and get some body work done to kind of loosen everything up and get me back on track here. So, beautiful sunshine here. Oh, there it comes every once in a while. Shining out of my crown chakra. So today I wanted to talk. I'm seeing a lot of new things. It's small, and it's not like everything's transformed and everything's better or anything like that. But it's really small things. For example, just before I got on this live, a friend of mine, Candace Coe, I saw her on her journey to work this morning and just smiling and beaming and shining, which is so beautiful to me. I'm seeing levels of the divine feminine from the past that used to be seen by me as controlling, wounded, and I'm not talking about her specifically, I'm just talking about in general. I'd see there's this other agenda, and it was something that hurt a lot. It was in my marriage, in my mother, in a whole bunch of the women that I attracted in when I tried to have a relationship. And then there was this other agenda. They wanted to be safe. They wanted to have a father. They wanted to have children. They wanted to feel safe in their life. And I'd give them everything that they wanted, but often I would never receive anything. And that's one of my core wounds, and I'm bringing it up and stating it very clearly in this moment so that I can be clear of it and call it into the light. But I'm seeing whatever infection, because I think the infection happened to all of us, both men and women, and an inversion and the masculine twist of feminism and other things that made women far less feminine, far less soft, far more with an agenda of supporting their kids and having a safe life and that kind of stuff. It's fading, and it's so beautiful for me to see, because it's making me feel safer as a man to go back into being a man and to be in my full trusted polarity. And I think women are starting to relax and surrender into their femininity. I'm seeing a spark in women's eyes. I'm seeing a spark in possibility. I'm seeing myself being more confident, more direct. Oh, there's that beautiful sunshine again. In talking, in speaking with the divine feminine, in not holding an agenda or not being true to myself, because I felt before, to be able to have that connection, to have that that spark of femininity in my life, it was either by me being in my full feminine, or of trying to find a woman that did that, or making her feel safe enough that she could shine that part to me. And I think that's what some of the twisting, the inversion of the polarities was once those were shifted, nobody felt on stable ground. And I feel that that's now shifted. That's normal. I see a lightness, an airiness, not a exhaustion in all of us, in men and women, but especially in women. They're giggly, they're lighter. I'm not saying everybody's at that point yet, but some of the more what I'd call aware feminine are starting to display it, and it excites me. It gets me happy and playful, but it's also arousing. It's part of our sexuality, is being able to be our fullest expression of polarity of self. And then there's a joy, there's a play, there's an ease of happiness that no longer has attachment, has obligations, has responsibilities, etc. And it's beautiful, and I think that's where we're seeing the light now. We're starting to see the light in lots of different things. The light is shining into shadow. Anything that was unsaid, untold, uncomfortable to say or discuss or express is now being forced out of the woodwork. It doesn't have any choice, and it's creating no place for the shadow to hide, no place for the low vibration to hide, no place for the discomfort to remain. Because a lot of us just lived with the discomfort, lived with the uncertainty, lived with the lie inside themselves because they didn't feel safe in bringing out the other bits. Oh, that's a beautiful sky. It almost matches my shirt. So where are you feeling this in your life? Where are you feeling gently nudged, sometimes forced? I was going to use the word forced, but I think we have no choice now. We're getting the kick in the butt. We're getting the shove from behind to go and fly and be truthful, be honest, be direct, state what our concerns are, state what's uncomfortable, state what's unhappy, etc. And then we can really truly be free. But before that, we couldn't. Before that, we were fucking around. I don't know how else to describe it, but it was literally a version of insanity as far as I was concerned. But it's crazy. There's people just driving around with no idea of speed limits, of traffic laws, etc. So where the light is coming in for you, and you're seeing it in little places. You're seeing it maybe even in the sunshine. Like, this is a beautiful clear sky. It refreshes me, but at the same time we got this crazy heat that's not normal for this time of year that just drains the energy out of me in some ways, or maybe it's filling me with light and then I got to express all the darkness, but there's definitely something going down there. So where are you seeing the new light? What's the new light in you? What's the thing that's pushing you and edging you to speak about something that was uncomfortable, speak about something that doesn't feel good? I'm seeing it as well. A friend of mine was speaking about something called the ISTA community, International Society of Temple Arts, and it's a sacred sexuality community, and the kind of world stage is shaming and guilting anybody that's open about sexuality. And some of the processes that they use are very direct and very intense, but everybody goes into them full consent. Everybody's told about it at the beginning, and they're even told about the big change that'll happen inside their body and how their world and reality will shift to something better. But they go out after an experience, a week-long retreat, etc., and if they go back into normal society doesn't have the tools to support these people. Normal society does not shine light in these places. So you go out and you share it with a girlfriend or a guy friend afterwards, and they're like, that's not right, that should have never happened, that's not safe, that's not whatever. But we agreed, we knew full in going on what was going on. And the light that they're doing and opening in people and releasing trauma and bringing them to the surface is the most fantastic, magical thing that you can have happen, but it's freaking intense. You're going to feel it afterwards. You're going to be integrating what's going on. So light is going into these people, and any shadow that's part of the community, is part of the support process, etc., is being cleaned and bleached by public comments, by all this kind of stuff. So they're having a bit of a crisis of dealing with that stuff, which I honor, and it's purifying it, and it's changing, and it's shifting the process, and I really think new community is required. So where in the world are you seeing the light flying in? Where are you in the world? Like, truth is coming out, things about elections, things about people, things about people that are stealing money, things about darkness and new world orders and Schwabs and all this kind of shit is coming into the light, and it will not stand the test of light if it does not have integrity and truth and stuff underneath. And we're going to see it all unwind, all from light. And at the meantime, you want to know why it's light? Look at the sun right now. It's got all these big coronal mass ejections and solar flares and all this kind of stuff, and then we feel it. Right now, people are feeling intensely sick and ill because that light is shining in. The whole earth is getting bathed in this tidal wave of light. Awesome. Making change, shining into the shadows, shifting everything so that those things cannot hide anymore. Those untruths will not stay. So see it as that. See when things are falling apart. See when structures are falling apart. See when everything's going sideways, the light. And once you see it as light, you're not going to unsee it. You're going to know it. And from now on, that untruth, that lie, that bullshit that we were living under is going to be slapped in the face. And it can't continue to exist. And it's going to hurt. And it's going to make us question everything and all this kind of stuff, because that's the light. And when we purify it and we put innocence on it and we shine the brightest light on it, and then we can see its full reflection, we're going to know what's pure. We're not going to know what's good. We're not going to know what feels good in our heart. That's what the light shining all this stuff is for. And you're going to see your relationships changing, your significant others changing, your kids, your relationship with your parents, all these things, because all the narcissism, codependence, all the epigenetic lineage trauma that was buried in there, and the darkness and the low vibration is going to have no choice but to emerge. And you're going to have to maybe look at it. Maybe you're going to have to step away, but do what honors you in the moment. Don't go and fight it. Don't go and try and fix it or whatever. Just see the parts in you and deal with those. And then the other parts will change. And then once you can look at yourself in your own light, you're going to see those other people's lights in different ways. You're going to see, okay, they had a wound. It came from their grandparents. It came from way back. And then you're going to be able to say, okay, I forgive that. And they were a result of a whole bunch of family blah, blah, blah that happened in the past. And now it doesn't have to continue to exist because it's not serving anyone. That's the light. That's what's shining in. That's what's changing everything. That's what's confusing the hell out of us right now. That's what hurts, because we're purging it. We're having to look at it and say, holy crap, what was that? And then afterwards you're like, ooh, where's that been hiding? Because it's in your shadow, it's in your subconscious, it's in your programming, it's in your belief. Some of it's going to be societal, some of it's going to be parents, some of it's going to be past lovers, past jobs, past religion, all this kind of stuff. So the light is changing everything. Imagine we've been walking around in kind of twilight for a long time. What's hiding behind that car? What's hiding behind that bush? What's hiding in that house? What's whatever? And now the light's coming in and it's showing it all. Some of the stuff that looks scary, that was all shadowy or whatever, is just a bunch of branches in a funny shape. But some of the stuff that maybe was light or we thought was the light was a spiritual leader or someone or a government leader, and they're like, whoa, that guy's pretty dark. That lady's pretty dark. You're going to find that. Because when you play with the darkness and you shift things and you hide things and you stay in the shadow, which a lot of it is, and all of our bad parts are pushed into the shadow because we think they're bad, but they're not actually bad. They're just parts of us that needed to heal. They needed to be made aware. They needed to see some light. So that's what we're going through right now. And if it feels hard and dark and all this kind of stuff, what happens in the sunrise in the morning? It starts a little gray and then it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And this morning I woke up, there's a beautiful pink tinge in the sunrise. That's at 5 a.m. Why am I doing up at 5 a.m? Well, this is all part of the process. We're seeing it. The light's changing. We're changing. So let the light shine in. When you feel dark and contracted, I find I just go lay on the bed and I breathe and I consciously ask my cells, my body, to let in more light. Because really the constriction that we're feeling is all the rules, all the laws, all the contractions that we've had. And when new light gets shone in, it's like it's burning us. But once that tightness is released, everything can be better. So, sorry, I hope the audio is still working. I will conclude here. Let the light in. Breathe it in. Expand your body. Open your cells. Feel it. Like push your chest out and say, I allow more light in, and just let it come in. And it's going to feel crunchy and it's going to feel tight and it's going to feel uncomfortable. And then just breathe it and hold it in your cells, like hold a really tight breath and then just crunch it out. Just let it, like you're using a rolling pin on your chest, just let it come out and let it expand. And then as it expands, more light comes in, and then all of a sudden your capacity to hold light is bigger. And that's what we're trying to do. That's the magic of this whole process, is to open to more light. Feel the pain, feel the discomfort, feel it shine into our shadow, and open. And that's all there is to it. So watch for the light, see it shine, smile, get excited, let it in. Open your chest, open your heart, put your shoulder blades back, and you'll be surprised. I love you all. You have a great one, and I'll talk more soon. Love you.